at the 18th European Conference with Andrea Voigt, Director General of the European Partnership for Energy and the Environment. Ms. Voigt, thank you so much for being here and for your contribution in this conference these many years. And about this, I would like to profit from your presence for asking what is the role of your association in this delicate moment, and how do you see the situation currently in Europe?
Right, so first of all, our association is a manufacturers association mainly, so we represent the manufacturers of heat pump, refrigeration and air conditioning equipment, and also some national and some international associations. In these difficult times, it's really important to have associations because we federate the industry, and we also make the voice of the industry stronger, whether that's within the industry or also versus any of the political institutions. And so in terms of our contributions, we are very much focusing on energy efficiency and also on responsible handling of refrigerants. Whether it is in terms of actual policy measures that are already in place or in view of new policy measures, and also with conferences, roundtables, etc. So for example, next week we will have the EURECA conference, which is very much about positioning our industry sector versus the Sustainable Development Goals, showing the great contribution our sector can make in view of those goals.
Well, thank you also for mentioning the conference of which we are partnering. And it's great to be partners in these important projects and for the future of sustainability of the sector.
Yeah.
And about this, how do you think all of these efforts are reflecting on the policy side?
So there are a number of policy measures in place at European level, which are then to be implemented at national level. For example, we have the F-gas regulation, which is now well on its way, even though there are still some difficulties to master, but altogether it's working and we make a lot of progress. We also have, for example, the Energy Performance of Buildings Directive, which was just revised, and where there are a lot of hooks for our sector as well. For example, increasing the energy efficiency via better maintenance, or by making sure that equipment runs efficiently at part load conditions, etc. So there are a lot of hooks in many different pieces of legislation, and one of those hooks could also be the national climate and energy plans, which at the moment every member state has to draw up for their country and then submit it to the European Commission. The Commission is currently reviewing those plans, and also as an association we had a look at them. And we realized that our sector, in particular the cooling side of things, has actually not really been recognized in the plans of the member states. And what we would wish is that member states also politically recognize that role in their plans, just by starting with all the policy measures that are already in place and by exploiting the potential of our sector versus those policy measures. And maybe also just to mention, there could be a lot of things being done on a national level in order to help implementation and enforcement. Like, for example, we could see incentives for better renovation rates, for example. There could be fiscal incentive, taxation measures. There are a lot of things that can be done, really. Or, for example, helping smart appliances to be placed on the market, to be more used by the consumers, by rewarding the flexibility they provide. There are a lot of different angles which could all be somehow reflected in those plans, but which unfortunately today is not the case.
We are very grateful for your efforts in this mission, and in this regard, how do you think is important the role of training and information of the end users, of the technicians, or everybody who is working or profiting from the importance of this sector?
I think it's really very important to have a very good communication and to make sure it arrives also at the installer level, at the training level, at the end user level, because at the end of the day, if there is not enough awareness about the solutions our sector is providing and about what is needed also to implement those solutions, well, unfortunately then it's it's readily available but not used. So yes, I think information conferences like the one today here in Milan, or like the one we are organizing next week in Belgium, and all the things that are going on that level are really, really important. And the role of institutes also like Centro Studi Galileo is very important, because you reach out to the installers, obviously, And what we need is duplicate that effort really everywhere, so that the sector gets the recognition it deserves.
Thank you for your point of view. We thank once more Ms. Andrea Voigt from the European Partnership for Energy and the Environment.
Thank you.